All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. And as you know, we follow the same recipe every Wednesday. We start by learning from others. And then we do the physical practice. And then we end with a seated meditation. And we are still, or I am still choosing something from Dalai Lama's little book of wisdom. And what does he have to say today? Okay. The third source of happiness is our companions. It is obvious that when you are mentally calm, you are honest and open-minded. Even if there is a big difference of opinion, you can communicate on a human level. You can put aside these different opinions and communicate as human beings. I think that is one way to create positive feelings in other people's minds. Okay, so with that in mind, we are going to continue to the physical practice. So taking your seat. And so what did I hear from the Dalai Lama? I heard communicate at a human level, or communicate or connect with someone as a human being. So we can have huge differences in opinion, but we can still communicate or connect at a human level. Okay, so taking our seat, sitting up tall, maybe bring your awareness to your feet, lifting your heels, lifting your toes, just reminding ourselves of the connection to earth. It's always there, but sometimes we forget. And then maybe notice your breathing, noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. And then maybe let your feet be still, and then bring your awareness to your sitting bones. And notice how the sitting bones connects to the chair. And just like you communicating with another person, you have two sitting bones, and they are slightly different. Same, but different. So sometimes, and then maybe transfer the weight from the left to the right. So sometimes we lean on the right side of the body, and the way that part of us is thinking and feeling. And sometimes we lean to the left side of the body and are more connected to that part of us. And they are different, and it's still you. So transferring the weight from side to side, remembering that there are different parts of us. And then eventually coming back to stillness, neutral. Maybe place the hand on your belly. So my teacher talks about the pit of the belly, and the pit of the belly goes in and up and gives internal support to the spine, so the spine can grow. Maybe place the head or the fingertips at the crown of your head. Imagine how the crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. And when you do that, maybe you notice how the spine finds its natural curve. The spine will find its natural curve, and the sitting bones are pushing into the chair. So I have to have a stable connection to earth to reach up towards the sky. And then maybe use your fingertips and imagine how you open up the crown of the head. So when we were babies, there was a little opening up there. Imagine how you open that up and allow the connection to the universe to happen, or to notice it. Maybe imagine how you drop down a couple of inches, finding your third eye, or your third eye, or your mind's eye, midbrain. So what do you see with your third eye? What do you see with your midbrain? You can close your eyes and just see with your midbrain. What do you see? As you see or watch with your midbrain, maybe listen to your breathing. What does your breathing sound like? And then place your hands on your knees, and then gently start the cat-cow movement, waking up the physical and the spiritual spine. Flexible yet strong. And then notice how you're rolling over your sitting bones. You come to the front end of the sitting bones, and then the back end of the sitting bones. And in between those two points is neutral. And then finding your way back to neutral, where we feel balance. Maybe that's where we can be honest and open-minded. And then add some blinking, bubbling stars. Look at your hands, open and close those fingers. Look at the back of your hand, front of your hand. And then all the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And really try to straighten those elbows. And then a little bit of side bending. Notice how the skin on the sides kind of stretches, and then reach and reach. And maybe imagine how you are stretching and expanding your lungs that are right underneath the skin and the ribs. And the rib cage, according to my teacher, has 126 joints. It's a very flexible, protective cage for the heart and the lungs. And then reach up tall, turn to one side, let the arms go wide, look behind you. Fingertips are reaching away from each other. Maybe without looking, maybe notice the feet's connection to earth. So with a stable connection to earth, how far back can you look? How far back can you look? And then release, shake it out, lift the shoulders a few times and let them go. And then add some blinking, bubbling stars. All the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then reach, reach, reach. Notice the skin, notice the ribs, notice the lungs. They're all stretching, expanding, making space. And then reach, turn to the other side, let the arms go wide. Fingertips are moving away from each other. Really straighten the elbows. And then look behind you. Without looking, bring your awareness to your feet. Notice the connection to earth. Maybe even push into earth with your feet. And how far back are you willing to see? And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times. Okay, now look at your hand, look at all those 5 fingers, if you have 5 fingers. And then imagine that this is a paintbrush. Now pick a favorite color, put your fingers in that paint, really feel the paint, and make sure that all 5 fingers get some of the paint on them. And then draw big circles, 3, 2, 1, and then you can draw whatever you want. You can draw inside or paint inside the circle or outside the circle. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't harm yourself or others. And then release. And then look at the other hand. Look at all the fingers that you have. Pick the same or a different color. Imagine how you place the fingers in the paint. Really get all that paint on the fingers. Feel the texture, maybe the temperature. And then draw big circles. 3, 2, 1. And then you can do whatever you want. You can paint that picture, whatever that picture can be, whatever you want. What would you like to create today that maybe connects us on a human level? And then release. And then bringing the arms up in cactus, gently twisting from side to side, waking up the spine in a different way. And maybe notice how you use your feet to make this motion. And then start swimming forward. What kind of water do you like? Is it salt? Is it fresh water, brackish water? And then swim backwards. What is the temperature of the water that you swim in? Is it refreshing? Is it warm, hot? And then knee to elbow, allowing the knees to connect to elbows. Knees and elbows are very similar joints. Arms and legs are similar, but they are different. And then crossing the midline, creating new pathways in the brain. Okay, let's try that balancing posture. So I'm going to lean back and then connect one knee and one elbow to start with. I could lean back all the way to use the more support of the chair. You choose. Notice how the core is working to keep them connected. And then release, try the other side. Pit of the belly goes in and up, in and up. Okay, now let's try both. So let's try both knees and both elbows. Like a version of boat pose. Maybe you want to do a regular boat posture. Ooh, that was hard. And then eventually release. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Okay, this time imagine your arms arms as wings and your fingers as feathers. So what kind of bird are you today? And then when you're ready, if you're ready, release the fingers of the feathers out wide. Your wings spread wide, and then you can fly wherever you want. You can fly wherever you want. Maybe turn the palms up and go high up into the sky. And then turn them back down to dive deep. Inhale to go up high. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale to go up high. And this time, exhale to dive deep and then bring your arms behind you. Hold on to opposite forearms and then stay there. Breathe. Maybe notice any tightness in your wings or where your wings connect to your body. And you could use your breath. Imagine your breath as healing, rinsing, cleaning water. And then bring that breath, healing breath, to any part of your shoulders or wings that are tight, that feel tight. And then release one arm, bring it up and place the hand behind the shoulder blades. And then release the other arm and place that hand on top of the first hand. Feeling the back of your heart. Notice the back of your heart. What does the back of your heart feel like? And then release. Okay, now bring your feet wide, so maybe slightly wider than your mat to create that stable triangle, a stable triangle. And then find your sitting bones, and then transfer the weight from one sitting bone to the other. Noticing that the wider my feet are, the further I can go without falling. Maybe play with the idea that your sitting bones disagree. They have very different opinions about things. One is white and the other is black. So by listening to Dalai Lama, what did we learn? So how can we connect those two sitting bones? How can the two sitting bones connect on a human level? Maybe they can agree upon that they're both sitting bones. And then start creating bigger circles. You can go one way. And then if you want to, you can go a different way. And maybe you want to go diagonal. Or maybe you want to move in a way that no one has never moved before. And then eventually finding your way back to neutral. Place the feet in Tadasana. So big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And then lifting that right knee up and creating some circles. Opening up the hip joint. We store a lot of memories in the hips. And then stepping out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, lengthen the spine. Pit of the belly goes in and up. And then release the head down, release the head down. Let the head be heavy. Allow gravity to do what gravity is really good at. Maybe walk your hands forward or to the side or behind you. What does your body need today? And then inhale and come back up. Place the right foot on the left knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Open up the toes. Open up the toes. And then gently guide that knee out wide. Seated pigeon. And then slide the knees together. Bring the arms out wide. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. Now feel where the palms of your hands are connecting to your body. Breathe into your hands. Notice the back of your lungs. How can the two lungs in your body connect? All right, from here, find your version of eagle, your version of seated eagle. So it could be this or all the way around. Maybe tuck the toes behind the lower leg. Hands move away from your forehead, fingertips move up towards the sky. Breathe. Notice maybe where your wings connect at the back of your body. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, release the wings up high, go flying, and then land at the top of the mountain. Back in mountain posture. And then the left knee comes up, creating big circles, releasing memories from the past. Go the other way. Or stories from the past. Stories stuck in the body. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And this time, release or place the left hand on the floor right in front of your face. Right hand on your right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into your hands, look up towards the sky and twist a little deeper. And then you can do that a few times. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale and twist a little deeper. So how does the world change when you change your perspective? And then release, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up, elbows to knees, fingertips together, lengthen the spine. Preparing for the other side. And then place the right hand on the floor, left hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into your hands, look up towards the sky and twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to come a little deeper into the twist. And what do you see from this perspective? How does the room change? And then release, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up. And then place the left foot on the right knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Open up the toes. Gently guiding that knee out wide. Breathe. Seated pigeon. Then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then breathe into your hands. Breathe into the back of your lungs. And then from here, find your version of eagle. Your version of eagle. Hands move away, fingertips towards the sky, and maybe imagine your arms as wings and your fingers as feathers. So what kind of eagle are you? Are you a baby eagle? Are you a big eagle? A small eagle? What color is your eagle? And then if you're ready, when you're ready, release those wings. Release the wings, spread them out wide, and you can go flying wherever you want. And then land again at the top of another mountain. Okay, now let's build some strength in the legs. So making sure that you have a stable connection to earth, transfer the weight forward and up, pick a number. I'll pick 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. And then do it one more time. Pick the same or a different number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. And then this time, transfer the weight forward and up. And this time, we're going to stay up. Okay, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over. Straighten the elbows, straighten the elbows. And then some side bending. And then reach and reach and reach. What are you reaching for? And then let the arms go. Just let the arms go. Maybe bend your knees. Maybe let the arms move in big circles. Maybe you like to leave the mat and then to run on the floor. And then eventually allowing the knee and the elbow to connect. And then crossing the midline. And then hands on your hips. Hands on your hips. And then wake up the front of the legs and the hamstrings. And you don't have to stay on the mat. You can move around in your space. And then lift the leg out wide to wake up the external hips. And then lean and lift, lean and lift. Maybe place your hands on your belly and on your chest. Notice your breathing. Release, lean and lift to the other side. And release. Okay, now open up your fingers. And we're gonna push something away. So whatever is the opposite of connection to you. So whatever is the opposite connection to you. So imagine that and then push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away. And that's going to try to sneak back in. It's going to be really, really hard to resist. And maybe you're going to give in a little bit and then you're going to push it back, push it back, push it back. Maybe kick it. And it's going to try to sneak in from the side and behind you. And at some point, it's going to stay away. Now, you have created space. Now, allow connection at a human level to fill that space. All right, and then let's celebrate that connection with 3 sound salutations. So you can use the chair or you can do it on the mat. Today, I'll do it on the mat. You can start with big toes to touch in a regular mountain posture, or you can start with your feet a little wider, which gives a more stable foundation. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was 1. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. That was 2. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And release. Okay, now starting with your feet in Tadasana, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair posture, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth behind you with the toes first and then the heel. Building warrior 1 from the earth up. Everything is pointing forward. Warrior 1, simply observing without judgment, just taking in the facts. What do you see? Add some blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Let the elbows move towards each other. Maybe bring your awareness to your heart space. And then allowing your heart to move into warrior 3. Pick up that back foot. Pick up the opposite hand. And then maybe add some movement here. And if you want to, you can take the bind, creating that circle. And then release the foot back down, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel, left heel comes off. Ooh. Take a big step back. Place the toes and then the heel. Building warrior 1 from earth up. Simply gathering facts. What do you see? Add some blinking, bubbling stars. Place your hands in your back pockets. Maybe bring your awareness to your heart space. If you allowed your heart to lead and your mind to follow, where would you go? And then transferring your weight forward, finding warrior 3 or a version of warrior 3. Lift up the opposite hand and then add some movement. Maybe creating or taking the bind, creating that circle. And then release the feet back down, bend the knees, and come back up to standing. Okay, this time let's step back to warrior 2. So inhale to chair posture, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back. This time open up the pelvic half, moving up to the second chakra, the right to feel, the right to create. Placing one arm in the past and the other one in the future. And you are right here, right here. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What did you learn from the past? And with that knowledge, how, moving into extended side angle, how can you prepare better for the future? Finding your way back to the present moment and warrior 2. Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee. Release the hand down, finding Trikonasana. Maybe place the hand on the chair. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can slowly turn the gaze up towards the sky. Maybe bring that top arm up. Arm comes down, gaze comes back, rebend the front knee, finding warrior 2 again. Place the hands on the chair, pick up that back foot, look at the toes. Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe release the same hand. Maybe release the same hand. And then bring the hand back down, feet together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. Other side, inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic half, finding warrior 2. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. What do you know about your past? And then moving into extended side angle, what do you know about your future? And then finding your way back to the present moment. What do you know about the present moment? Hands on your hips, straighten that front knee, release the hand down. Maybe bring the gaze up towards the sky. Maybe let that top arm follow. Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down, rebend the front knee, finding warrior two again. Place the hands on the chair, pick up that back foot, look at the toes. Maybe release the arm up, the same arm up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon posture. Bring the hand down, bring the gaze down, bring the feet back together and come up to standing. Okay, tree posture. Starting in mountain, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Imagine yourself staying at the top of a mountain and then dropping a seed. And that seed is going to grow into a tree. So what kind of tree would you like to be today? Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. This could be it. Maybe it's just an idea. And then what would that idea grow into? And then create your version of tree posture. It could be a traditional tree posture, or it could be dancer, or it could be something completely different that no one has created before. And then eventually finding your way back to that mountain top. Okay, drop another seed, transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. And then create another tree, another version of tree. Maybe it's tall, maybe it's wide, maybe it's round. What shape does your tree have? And then finding your way back to the top of the mountain. Okay, now bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips, spread the toes, hands on the chair, release the knees down. Look at your hand. Oh, look at your thumb. Let's take the thumb. Pick a color, put that thumb in the paint, draw a big circle and let the thumb connect with the heel. And release. Look at your other thumb. Pick the same or different color. Draw a big circle and let the thumb connect with your heel. And then release. Untuck the toes, bring the knees wide, and then find child's posture. Inhale, come back up. Clasp the hands and then create that stable triangle. Tuck the toes. Lean into the support that you just created. Engage the core. Lift the knees off the floor and then slowly move into a dolphin posture. Armpits move toward your legs. Release the head. And then bend the knees and come back up to standing. All right, let's move on to the seated meditation. So I'm going to read the words from Dalai Lama again, and then we'll have about 8-9 minutes of seated meditation. Okay. The third source of happiness is our companions. It is obvious that when you are mentally calm, you are honest and open-minded. Even if there is a big difference of opinion, you can communicate on a human level. You can put aside these different opinions and communicate as human beings. I think that is one way to create positive feelings in other people's minds. Okay, so with that in mind, find your seat, sit up tall, check in with the feet, maybe bring awareness to your breathing. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. And if you'd like, you could in meditation reflect upon the how do we communicate at a human level? How do we communicate on a human level? So here we go, about 8 minutes. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Bring your hands up to Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste.